Hello my fellow Welt lovers. Today we are diving deep into one of the most exciting characters of Honkai Star Rail's 3.6 update, the absolute queen of icy elegance herself, Evernight. Yes, you heard me right, the Remembrance Path 5-star ice powerhouse who is about to make your entire account feel like it just leveled up in IQ and damage output at the same time. This is not your average, here's the build and move on kind of guide. Oh no, we're going all in, full chaos mode, with leaks, builds, relic recommendations, team comps, light cone talk, and rerun speculation because hey, you and I both know we've been victimized by lag in the middle of mock floors, and we're not trying to relive that trauma. Strap in because this is the ultimate Evernight guide, the one-stop shop that will turn you into the Evernight gospel preacher your friends will either worship or block in chat. So first off, let's just establish the basics. Topping up in Genshin or Star Rail can get expensive, and let's be honest, we've all seen those in-game prices and wished they were just a bit lower. Well, that's exactly what LD Shop is here for. This is LD Shop, the official top-up platform developed by the LD Player Emulator Group. It lets you top up your favorite games like Genshin Impact and Star Rail at huge discounts, up to 23% off or more. And yeah, it's super easy to use. All you need is your server and UID, and your top-up will show up in-game within just a few minutes. It's safe, reliable, and used by thousands of players. You can even compare prices, for example, something like the Supply Pass or a 6480 Stellar Jade Bundle. It's way cheaper here than in-game. If you register using my link, you'll get a 15% off coupon and an extra 5% off coupon, which can save you up to $50 on your first top-ups. Plus, LD Shop gives you the same first top-up bonus you get in-game, so you're not missing out on anything. And if you're planning to spend more, here's a bonus. If you spend over $80, you'll unlock VIP status, which gives you a free supply pass and more perks. So if you're looking to save while still getting everything you normally would in-game, just use the link in the description and get Hysilens while saving more. Evernight is a 5-star ice character on the Remembrance path. What does that mean? It means she's not out here trying to be your main DPS or flashy nuker. No, she's the enabler, the behind-the-scenes genius, the support that turns your ragtag group of glass cannons into a cohesive, unbreakable unit. Her entire kit revolves around her memo sprite buddy, Evie, who looks all cute and ethereal until you realize that little creature is handing out CC immunity and amplifying your team's damage like it's Oprah giving away cars. You get immunity, you get buffs, everyone gets debuffs on the enemy. That's Evernight. She's not flexing with big numbers on screen, but the entire squad feels her presence every single turn. Now, one of the craziest pieces of news that came with the 3.6 V2 leak is that Evernight's Memorial limit just got cranked up from 99 to 999. Like, hello? Excuse me? We're not even pretending anymore. She's going from being a good support to basically being the central bank of buffs. You thought stacking Remembrance stuff was already fun? Imagine not having to worry about capping out early. The scaling potential here is bonkers. It means longer fights and drawn-out content are basically her playground. In simulated universe marathons or mock final bosses, Evernight is going to thrive like no one else. Alright, light cones. Everyone always asks what the BIS option is, so let's not waste time. The top recommendation is to Evernight Stars. If you're lucky enough to pull it, this is the perfect match for her kit, buffing her scaling and making her HP crit synergy feel like butter. Another stellar 5-star choice is Memory's Curtain Never Falls, which leans more into her team's sustain and utility. For free-to-play players, and I know a lot of you are suffering with no swipes but high dreams, the solid options are the story's next page and Reminiscence. These are reliable, consistent, and most importantly, they don't require you to sell your left lung to the gacha gods. Now let's talk relics, because this is where Evernight's potential really goes nuclear. The best set without question is World Remaking Deliver. It's tailor-made for her role, boosting her supportive abilities and letting her HP scaling go absolutely wild. If you're missing pieces or just don't want to farm until you hate yourself, you can use Bone Collection Serene Domain or Hunter of Glacial Forest as placeholders. But long-term, you're going to want that Deliver set. Trust me, the difference is night and day. Main stat priority is pretty straightforward. Crit rate body, speed boots, ice DMG bonus on the sphere, and HP on the link rope. For subs, go crit rate and crit damage first, then HP, then speed. Since her abilities and Evie's scaling are tied to max HP, you can't go wrong pumping those numbers up. She's not just a tanky support, she's a crit buffer masquerading as a tank. Planar ornaments are where things get spicy. Her absolute BIS is Wondrous Banana Amusement Park. Yeah, I know it sounds like a joke name, but don't let that fool you. This thing gives her up to 48% crit damage. 48%. It turns Evernight from a background support into a full-on damage amplifier, and you'll feel that difference instantly. Alternative? Arcadia of Woven Dreams, which is especially cracked in mono Remembrance setups.
Why?
Because the set triggers extra bonuses when multiple memo sprites are floating around. It's like Evernight walks into the room and says, "All right, my little Evies, assemble." And suddenly your team is doing damage numbers like they've all secretly been running with limited banners maxed out. Now team comps. This is where Evernight shines because she's not locked into one archetype. She thrives in double Remembrance cores, pairing beautifully with characters like Castorice or Remembrance Trailblazer. You put her alongside a Remembrance carry, and suddenly that carry feels like they just got a free Eidolon. She's feeding them buffs, keeping them immune to CC, and debuffing enemies so their big damage windows are fully optimized. Another spicy team comp is Mono Remembrance, where you stack her alongside characters like Hysilens or Castorice again, and then toss in the Trailblazer. In this setup, she not only maintains the Arcadia Memorite synergy, but also allows everyone's abilities to scale harder thanks to the 8 Memorite bonus. It's wild, it's chaotic, and it works better than you'd think. Skill leveling priorities are straightforward but important. Her ultimate? Max it first. Always. This is her bread and butter, the ability that turns her from decent support into team cornerstone. After that, talent is the next priority, then skill. Basic attack and technique can chill in the back. They're just not that impactful compared to her main kit. If you're investing resources, ultimate first, no questions asked. Now, if you've been listening to me ramble and you're thinking, okay, but what about her actual playstyle? Here's the vibe. Evernight isn't about burst damage. She's about creating a battlefield where your entire team feels untouchable. Long fights are her jam. In memory of chaos floors, in simulated universe bosses, in any drawn-out battle where consistency trumps flashy one-shots, she is the MVP. She doesn't care about being the star on screen. She cares about making sure your stars never falter. And that's why she's going to be meta for a long, long time. Now, let's talk reruns because speculation is the fuel that keeps us all grinding dailies. And honestly, Castorice is basically confirmed for a rerun alongside Evernight. That's not even copium. It's practically solid at this point. Which makes total sense, right? If you're trying to push a Remembrance-heavy setup and you've got Evernight making Memorite synergy actually broken, then having Castorice on the same patch is the perfect bait. Hoyoverse knows what they're doing, and this is the rerun that's going to break wallets. So if you've been waiting for the Ice Boy, with all the dramatic flair to come back, this is your sign to start hoarding Jades right now. Evernight and Castorice are a dream duo, and if you manage to snag both, your Remembrance teams will be laughing their way through every endgame challenge. At the end of the day, Evernight is one of those characters that feels like she's bending the meta in her favor. She's HP scaling, she's a debuffer, she's a buffer, she's a CC immunity factory, and she's rocking a scaling mechanic that just got buffed from 99 to 999. Like, come on, how do you not love that? She's the type of character you build, and suddenly your other units feel like they're operating on a higher level. It's consistency, it's stability, it's quiet but absolutely devastating synergy. And that's why Evernight isn't just good, she's essential. So yeah, that's the full breakdown. The builds, the relics, the teams, the priorities, the leaks, and even the rerun hype. Evernight is here to stay, and if you're not prepping for her, you're going to regret it when she's enabling everyone else's teams to stomp mock while you're still struggling on floor 8. Don't say I didn't warn you, Welt lovers. Evernight's the future, and honestly, I couldn't be more hyped.